was born in Ajegunle, Lagos, to a father who is a DJ. He attended Central High School in Solo and went to study theatre arts at the University of Nsukka. On today's episode of True Story, we bring you Kingsley Chinweke Okonkwo, known as Kcee.
My name's Kingsley Chinweke Okonkwo, and my stage name is Kcee, abbreviated from Kingsley and Chinweke as a Kcee. And I'm from Anambra State, but I was born and bred in Lagos, from family of 7. I'm the 5th position, and I grew up in Olodiapapa, Ajegunle to be precise, and schooled in Tolu Primary School in the ghetto. Went to Central High School in Okota, Solo, and then to UNN. That's what's up. Well, for me, Kcee, growing up was something interesting, something that has brought me to where I am today, something that gave me confidence. I grew up in an environment where a whole lot of challenges, where we had a lot of challenges in the ghetto, a lot of people struggling to make it, and you look around you, almost everybody is poor, and those that are average, when you get off the neighborhood, they are poor too, So it was challenging kind of, and but I grew up in a Christian home. I was being brought up like a man of God. My father is a pastor, my other brother is a pastor, and as a Catholic boy then, I grew up in the Catholic church, and I was also a man server for about 12 years. So my upbringing was kind of grounded, in the church, and also I have this home training. I always want to respect whatever my parents say about don't go out, don't do this, don't do that, and all that. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. My parents weren't poor, but at least at some point, then go broke, then they'll pick up again. So that's just it from my family angle. Then, as a boy, I was always hustling on the streets, trying to learn the street life. When I mean street life, not like sleeping under the bridge though, or blah blah, but just trying to know, what's the next thing to do, and asking myself, what can I do to, become somebody. And I found out that when I was in secondary school, I've always had this dream that I want to be a superstar. I always wished to be a star. In fact, I always pray to God. I'll be like, God, I want to be a celebrity. So if you see me then, I always want to dress like a star. I always want to dress where people will identify me and be like, why is this guy like this? Why is this guy dressing like? I always want to be different, from my hood then, and that really gave me confidence to keep pushing, But first of all, I was convinced inside of me that I want to be a superstar.
Helping his father, who is a DJ, to sell records helped develop his interest for music, and this has played a very big role in his music career.
My father was a DJ. My father had this record store, and this record store, we had about 4 record stores where he sell records, and every day and night after school, we are in the store trying to sell records. Then it was cassette and record LP. So it was a kind of support I gave to my father. And then we used to go for parties like DJs does now, the way DJ goes to parties right now. Then what we do is we'll go out, we just slot in the cassette or the record, it plays to the end. There's no time for scratching and all that. So what we do is we play the favorite songs people want. So I supported my father in that light. And that was how my love for music started, because I now started putting interest into music. Because before music, it was football for me. I was playing football, so I thought it was going to be football all the way. But because I was supporting my father doing DJ business, so I started learning how to sing other people's songs. So any song that comes out, I can learn it in 1 day, in 2 days. I know how to sing it, and that's just how it started. So I will say that my father being a DJ played a very big role in my career today.
When you hear Chukuna 15 years old, street boys are eyeing, conductors are flashing. Hey.
One would think that as a DJ, his father will support his music career. He says initially his father never supported him, only his mother did, and after seeing the prospects, his father joined in.
Well, in my own case, my father was not in support, honestly. He was against it, and my elder brother, who's also a pastor, they were not in support. Everybody was against it. Even one or two of my sisters too were like, is this what you want to do? Is this how you want to feed your family? And I was being flogged and tied up most times when I go out for shows. In fact, the first time I went to a show in Okota Solo, then we live in Olodia Papa. I came back very late at about 9-10. I was locked up out of the house, and it was my mom that begged my father at the end of the day to let me in. And at some point, my mom started talking to my father like, this young man said he wants to do music, why not let's support him? And I think as a mother, sometimes they know how to talk to their husbands. And my mother started supporting me. She has this restaurant. She owns a restaurant in Coconut Market in Olodia Papa. So I always support her in her restaurant. I go to Boundary Market to buy the meat, the fufu, everything they use to prepare the food at the restaurant. And I come back from the market. That was, if I remember, that was in 2000, 2001, 1997, and 99, 98. I always help my mom then go to the market, wash the plates at the restaurant and all that. And when I'm going to do my music, she supports me. She gives me money for transport. She gives me money for studio and all that. And she started supporting me, encouraging me, and giving me that confidence that she's behind me. And that was how my confidence started, also trying to do the music. And at some point, my father started supporting me actually as an Igbo man. He started supporting me when I started. I think I remember vividly the first time I went for a show and I was being paid like 20,000. And as a little boy then, I didn't know what to do with that 20,000. So with excitement, I brought the money home like, gee, I just did a show. They paid me 20,000. And it was like, oh my God. And that deal wasn't just for one day, it was weekly. In fact, we're creating awareness on HIV/AIDS for Gold Circle Condom. So we're traveling to campuses, creating awareness. So I was actually doing all that and I was making 20,000 weekly. So I was bringing it home, and that was when they were like, yeah, this guy can actually make a living with this, you know what I mean? And they started supporting me, and I would never regret, even as a father, they actually wanted to be sure that whatever I want to do was right. So I didn't even blame my father for not accepting, because he spent money training me, and all that. So he wanted to be sure of whatever I want to do. So, but my advice also for parents is, and when your kids also say they want to do something, I think just try and give them a chance to.
Oh yeah, tonight. Oh tonight. Baby, let's give it tonight. I'm going crazy. Oh, let me be your maga.
From wanting to be a footballer and eventually settling down to become a musician, he takes us into how it all started for him.
Yeah, it was football for me because I played football very well. When I was playing football, I was very good at it. Like, sometimes in life, God knows how to bless people, There's this blessing that God has given to me that I found out from my growing up is anything I want to do, He's always there to support it and make me stand out and make me be the best. So when I was playing football, I was a striker. There's no game I play I don't score a goal. It's difficult for me not to make a goal. Even if they're going to win my team, I must register a goal and all that. So I was like that. So I found myself playing with passion and a lot of seriousness. I played for Julius Berger. I played for Puma, and I was being paid. At some point, I started looking for a manager that can manage me and take me abroad and play for some team and all that. Now, in between doing that, I met my partner, Presh. We sing together, and I met him in the church choir. We formed the group Kcee Presh, and just after a year we formed the group, we won Star Quest. And when we won Star Quest, money started coming in, because I remember 1.3 million naira then as ghetto boys. You can imagine. We were getting one month. We bought a car. I started paying my family rent. Everybody started praying for me, getting excited. Oh, Then Nigerian Brewery Star started doing a whole lot of shows and events. We must always be on stage and they would play us big. And so money started rolling in. And, no time for training again to go play football. And sometimes when I go for my training, I get injured. And maybe I have a show, I don't know how to do, I'll be limping and all that. So my partner was like, hey, come on, let's do this. This is paying us right now. If we are, But me, I told myself, I'm like, I've already gotten attention from this other part, which is the music. I think I should focus and concentrate on it. And that was how I put in everything and all. I channeled all my energy and my strength into that area, the music area. And today is a story that I can tell with confidence that it wasn't a wrong decision for me. Nigerian youths are very smart. They're very intelligent. They're hardworking. They're industrious.
My name is Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs, aka Mr. Better Picking. You're watching True Story. Be inspired, stay focused. Time is the only challenge. Thank you.
Oh yeah, now.
He was born in Ajegunle, Lagos, to a father who is a DJ. He attended Central High School in Solo and went to study theatre arts at the University of Nsukka. On today's episode of True Story, we bring you Kingsley Chinweke Okonkwo, known as Kcee. This Limpopo king has no regrets whatsoever for being a musician. Rather, he says God has been so good to him.
Well, for me, there's no regrets so far, and I don't think I have any complaint where I am today. The only thing I have is to thank God and keep appreciating Him, because I would have, sometimes when I'm watching football, my friends or my family will be like, I wish you were playing in Chelsea, or you're playing in Man United, or blah blah. I'm like, hey, come on, man. I have everything that I can boast of. I have my own house, I have cars, I have everything the footballers can boast of. Trust me, you know what I mean? And I don't think God has, all fingers are not equal. So whatever you have, I appreciate it. So I'm comfortable in my own rights. I take care of myself, I pay my bills. So I'm not complaining. So sometimes I tell them that. And also, I know if you judge it, football and music, if I was doing football, maybe I'll be planning to retire soon because they have lifespan. But music, I can sing even at the age of 60. I can still sing. If I have my creative mind with me, I can still do that. It doesn't need me to start running up and down. King Sonny Ade is still on stage. Evangelist Ebenezer Obey is still on stage. A whole lot of them, even Bright Chimeze, I know way back, they're still on stage singing. Music, it has a long lifespan. So for me, I'm not regretting it. I can still be doing music in the next 20 years, the next 30 years. So no regrets at all for me.
Everybody wanted to be a big Ogaranya.
He wants parents to encourage their children and to support them in achieving their dreams. And he advises the youth to have confidence in their talents.
The advice I have for the parents in supporting their kids, you don't know it all as a parent. I think you only wish that your kids should get to a greater height, either become very successful in the society and making you proud. I'll give you one or two instances. DJ Kcee, she's a DJ. Sometimes people wonder, like, why does she want to be a DJ? And the father is very wealthy and all that. But that's her passion. I was able to ask her also, why did you want to be a DJ? Why did you want to? She said, this is what I love to do. This is what I've been doing. And she's already making it big. At the Mama's Award, she was a DJ playing, and she did so well. That was the first time I saw her DJing, and she did so well. So for the parents, you guys need to always support your kids. Anytime you find out they have any passion or any talent, please, 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 parents, you need to help them nourish this talent, pray for them, encourage and support them. They can be big and great. It might be basketball, it might be painting, whatever they find themselves that they want to do. It might be swimming. You never can tell. I want to say the only thing you owe them is to pray for them, support them, and guide them in a positive light in that career they want to do. And trust me, they will never disappoint you. But when you want to force them to do what you want, that's when you get it wrong, because maybe they will not do it well because that's not what they want to do, and they will not impress you. And at the end of the day, you're going to lose out, and they will lose out. And that's when you have problems of maybe your kids sitting with you in the house at the age of 30, 28. So always support them and pray for them, because with that, they can be confident and know they will not disappoint you. You in question, you need to be confident and be sure that you have talent for music. And do you have the passion and the drive to do it? That's the first thing. When you're sure of it and you're sure you can do it, the only thing you need to do is, Kcee, okay, I've gone through this, I already have my degree, and I want to do this. Just give me some time, let me do this. And trust me, it's not going to be easy, honestly, I know that. All you need to do is to pray about it and also convince them, and work double to make sure you get project materials that they will see that will convince them, because they say seeing is believing, and action speaks louder than words. So I think all you need to do is to act. Try and do what you have to do. Look for means and avenue of people that are in the industry that you want to be in. Get closer, get support. Even if your parents don't want to support you, trust me, if that's what God wants you to do, you must definitely find support from anywhere. So I think it's not going to be easy, but I think the only way to prove it to them is action. Do something unique and different, and when they see it, they will have no choice than to be like, I will support. I remember in my own case, when I started, musicians were not making big money, and my parents were not in support, like I said. But right now, musicians are making more money than most of the people you're talking about, honestly. And it's a big profession right now. It's a big business. You know how much they pay musicians for 30 minutes appearance, even 5 minutes. Is a lot of money. So it's not about the money for me right now. It's not about how much you want to get, but it's the passion. So make sure you convince your parents with your action and your material, and they will definitely support you.
Baby, you pull over. Show me your particular, baby, pull over. Baby, you pull over. In a light, baby, you pull over. Baby, you pull over.
Even though the structures are not encouraging, he says Nigerian youth are smart and intelligent. He advises the youth to stay positive and they should be truthful to themselves.
If I want to rate Nigerian youths, among others, I'll even rate them above a whole lot of young people outside Nigeria. Nigerian youths are very smart, they're very intelligent, they're hardworking, they're industrious. With the mess, the way our society has been messed up, and we have a big country, we have big money in this country, but our structure is not really helping us. But the Nigerian youth have been able to go beyond the structure to prove that we can be successful. So most of the young ones have proven times without number that they can be successful without government, without their parents. So I give it to Nigerian youths. They're very strong. In outside Nigeria, a whole lot of the youths are living off the pay that the government is giving them. So they depend on that. They'll sit back at home. They know the government is going to pay them at the month end, whether they work or they don't work. Sometimes they don't even want to work, it's just for, hey, let's just be busy, because government wants to make sure you're having something doing. But in Nigeria, trust me, a whole lot of young people are CEOs. They have a whole lot going on. So I give it to them. Imagine when our structure is being organized and proper like the way it is abroad. Trust me, it's going to be better for our Nigerian. So for me, I'm not going to be against or saying our youths are on a fast lane. Even abroad, we'll have a lot of people on a fast lane that live the rough life. Go to America, go to the UK, go to a whole lot of things. See them carrying guns also everywhere, killing themselves, fighting themselves, stabbing themselves. We don't even have all that here. We respect our people. Few percentage of people that are that desperate. So for me, I think the youth have not failed me, and they've not disappointed me so far. All I think is just we need to get better, and also the spirit that I've been driving most of our youths, Don't depend on governments. Don't depend on your parents alone. Don't, just fight for yourself. Tell yourself, what can I give back to the society and get something from the society? That's always the case. So my advice for the youth, first of all, you have to stay positive. You have to be hardworking. Then ask yourself, this question is very difficult. Most times, most of the youths will lie to ourselves. Most people lie to themselves. Ask yourself, what can I do? What is that thing I can do? It's a very deep question. When you try and separate yourself from shadow, sometimes you know you can't run away from your shadow, but try and separate yourself from the shadow. Like, see your shadow and see yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Okay? Tell yourself the truth. What can I do? My story today is the fact that I told myself the truth. This is what I want to do. My father said, no, you don't want it. I don't want it to do. But I told myself, I asked myself, what can I do? So my big point right now is stop lying to yourself. Tell yourself the truth. What can I do? Don't do this and do that and do that and do this. That one thing you know you have strength to do. Channel all your energy, put everything into it, and trust me, you're going to be the master of that. And nobody can challenge you to that. But when you lie to yourself, you want to sing because P-Square is singing, Kcee is singing, you want to play football because Mikel is playing football, you want to do one thing or the other because one person is doing it, not because you really have passion for it, because, oh, he's getting this or that, that means you're lying to yourself. So my big point today is don't lie to yourself. When you tell yourself the truth, that is the starting point for you. Then you put in your best into whatever you want to do, put in passion into it and pray. That's just all you need, and you must definitely make good impact out of it. That's my advice for you. Tell yourself the truth. Ask yourself, what can I do? What can I give back to the society? What are you giving back to the society? Like what I'm doing. I'm giving back. I'm giving them what I have inside of me, which is my music. And what are they giving back to me? They're giving me back money. They're giving me back love. They're praying for me. And I'm making them happy. They go to parties, they dance to my music. And they are excited. And I get money in return, and the money makes me live the way I want to live. So that's what I'm saying. Give back. Give out something you have inside of you that you're sure of. Then you will also get what you want in return. That's the way it works. But when you're trying to be like this, then you're not going to be master of any. Then you're going to be stuck somewhere where you're going to be either begging for food or looking at people, gossiping, talking, criticizing. The time you're supposed to use to criticize and do all this, please channel them into energy of refining yourself and building yourself into an image that everybody will talk about. Ask yourself, when you die, what will people say about you? For me, I want people to talk about me and my music when I die. So I'm doing everything I can now that I'm alive to do that. So I wish you guys good luck and everything good you wish yourself.
Hello everybody, this is Kcee. You know me, I love to dance. Dance is my inspiration. You're watching True Story. Stay inspired, stay educated, and never get it anywhere else. True Story. Stay locked down.
My God, they bless me. No be my fault. Believe in me,
If they tell me I will do music, I won't believe it. Honestly, this is a true talk. If they tell, because I never saw it coming. I just loved music because my father was a DJ, joined the choir, and it was when I was in the choir, I polished my voice. I now know the difference between singing off key, singing on key, the difference between A sharp, C sharp, blah blah blah. It was in the choir. So all you need to do, since you know what you're carrying, you nourish and package that thing you're carrying and give it out. Meaning, among all this talent you have, just sit down with yourself and say, okay, which one is going to pay me more? Which one has more, respect or blah, 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 blah. Weigh it the way you want it and say, okay, let me put my energy on this one. And I think if you take that decision, you're going to be a master on that one. And that will definitely make a difference for you.
Hey, Papa no dey bring money for house. Aye. Mama dey sell pure water for coleslaw. Aye. When you hear Chukwu na 15 years old. Street boys are eyeing, conductors are flashing. Hey. The younger brother is hawking. Gambling and fighting and causing confusion for street. I know say life not the rise and be steady.